Hi, welcome to day 3, our next to the last day of our 24-day juice adventure together. Today, we're going to make a minty limeade drink. We're going to start with some limes, a kiwi, simply because I had it left over, some apples, and some fresh mint. So let's get to it. When we get to the limes, I'm going to pause the juicer because I forgot to peel them. So this is our last apple. So as you can see, that made about 16 ounces of apple juice. And I forgot to peel these before we got started. So I'm going to peel the kiwi, only because it's green and it was the last one I had. So I figured why not, it can go in as well. And kiwi is loaded with vitamin C as well. This is actually a green kiwi. The kiwi that I prefer is the golden kiwi. It's yellow in color, and to me it's sweeter. So when I buy kiwis, I like to get the golden ones. Because sometimes when you get the green ones, sometimes you don't know how sweet they're going to be. But I still love these kiwi, and I still buy them from time to time. But if golden's in the store, I'm definitely going for the golden kiwi. Now, for the limes, remember we said lemons and limes, the pith is actually good as well. So when we peel the lemons and the limes, we just want to peel off the green part and leave as much white as we can, which is called the pith. So to me, this is the easiest and fastest way to get that off. Then I'll just go and do a regular peel like this to get off any on the bottom or any that was left on the side. Oh, if you like lime, then you know this smells really good. And lime with mint, anything with mint goes really well together to me. Now we'll start with one lime because I don't want the lime to overpower that, but we know apples are really sweet, so I'll just go ahead and use 2 limes. Plus I have the kiwi in there as well. Look at that fresh apple juice. Beautiful. The numbers keep falling off. I told you my numbers are going to make it to the end. We're going to make it. I only have 2 more days left, so we'll make sure they they stay up and stay on. Alright, so that's one. And then we'll do the other one. Oops. We're going to put the mint leaves in first, and then let the juice from the lime push it out through the juicer. Because the mints are not real juicy, so when it grinds it up, it'll be a little bit of juice, and we don't want it stuck inside. So we'll follow that with this lime to push all of that good juicy mint out into our juice. I remember growing up as a kid, staying at my great-grandmother's house, we could just walk out on the porch, and next to both sides of the steps were just mint bushes. We would just pull it off the bush, put it in a pot and boil it. Fresh mint tea. Oops, I did that backwards. So I was going to do this first, and then the lime juice. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour a little bit of this back in there, just to make sure that mint juice gets pulled out. I can smell it. Smells good. So I'm going to let this run until all the juice in the chamber is out. So definitely don't want to miss any of that mint flavor. Got a nice clean glass here. Alright, we are at the bottom. I am ready to give this minty limeade a try. Nice yellow in color. The apple juice came out cloudy. The kiwi added a little bit of color as well. And plus the green from the mint. Oh, this looks so refreshing. I won't slurp this like I did the last time. Oh, I smell the mint coming through. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Not too much lime, but you taste it. The apples give it a nice sweetness, not overly sweet. And you could taste the mint coming through. I probably used about half a tablespoon of mint. This is so good. And you heard watermelon. Try it with watermelon. Mint and watermelon juice go really great together as well. But if you have some limes, some apples, and some mint, really go ahead and make this juice. This is so good. I'll try not to drink it all. That is really, really good. Okay, now we're going to go and make our raw food recipe. Our raw food recipe for today are lettuce cups. They are P.F. Chang inspired, and let's get to it. So we're going to be making our filling, and our filling is going to consist of rainbow carrots, which I chose the yellow ones. We have some portobello mushrooms, and I'm also going to use one green apple. We have some walnuts and a green onion. So I'm going to chop up everything in the food processor, and then we're going to make 3 sauces. So the first sauce is going to be our marinade sauce. Once we cut up our vegetables, we're going to put this sauce on it and let it sit. So that sauce is comprised of soy sauce and apple cider vinegar. Then we're going to make our drizzle sauce. This is what we're going to drizzle on after everything has marinated and it's ready to be put together. So our dipping sauce is going to include soy sauce, apple cider vinegar. It's going to include agave nectar, which is our sweetener, some sesame oil, and some garlic powder, onion powder, and grated ginger. Then once it's all stuffed, we're going to have a dipping sauce. And that's going to include some, if you can see it, that's going to include some mustard and our sesame oil, and we have some chili oil, which is going to give it just a little bit of a kick, our soy sauce, and apple cider vinegar. So this dish will be very quick. Once we process all the ingredients, we'll put the marinade on, make the drizzle sauce, and then make the dipping sauce. So I'm going to process each fruit individually so that I can get a consistent size for both. So we don't want it to be rice-like, but we do want it a little chunky. So we'll process the carrots first. That's perfect. It's not too small, not too big. And if you find any big ones, I can just pull those out and just cut those down a little bit with the knife. So see that size right there? All right, so we're going to put those in there. And then we're going to do our mushrooms. Just chop these down a little bit. So we're just going to use 2 really large mushrooms. If you want to measure it out, it's about 3/4 to a cup of mushrooms. And we don't want those to be too small because we know mushrooms absorb liquid very fast. So we don't want it too small to where it gets really mushy. And then just to add a little bit of a unique flavor, we're going to add a green apple. And we definitely want to peel it. So I should have peeled this first, but we'll do it right now. It won't take too long. I didn't want it to turn brown on me, so I wanted to peel it last. And then we're going to put our marinade on it and let it soak in all those beautiful colors and flavor. Okay, so this is ready. Make sure we don't get any seeds in there. All right, that's it for our apple. And because apples are very watery fruit, we don't want to get it mushy. So make sure that we just do it in chunks. And then we'll add that to our rest of our mixture. And now for the marinade. Now typically you would want to let it marinate at least 30 minutes. I'm not going to let it marinate that long. And I actually probably have a little bit more extra vegetables than I should have than marinade, so I may have to add some more marinade. I forgot the walnuts. Right here. So walnuts are used a lot when we want like a meaty texture. Remember, we used walnuts when we did our tomato sauce or our zucchini pasta. All right, so we're gonna add in the marinade sauce. And then I'm just gonna mix it in. I think that's enough. I'll just add a little bit more, which was just soy sauce and apple cider vinegar. So I'll add about just one more tablespoon. Just enough to make sure everything's nicely coated. Because again, we got 2 more sauces. Okay, yeah, there we go. Because all before it was dry, now I can see a little bit of the liquid, which means that I have just enough in there to let this sit and marinate. There's one more ingredient I want to use, but I'm going to save that until after we kind of get everything else ready, or should I? Because it's not really, again, every ingredient in here may not be raw. I mean, some of the ingredients that are bottled, you know, could possibly be cooked or heated and things like that. But again, everything doesn't have to be 100% raw. We just want to make sure that we're getting in more fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. What I am going to add is, because look, now if I was to dehydrate this and let some of the moisture dry out, these would definitely turn a little bit darker in color. But because I'm not going to dehydrate it right now, I'm actually going to add some browning sauce. Some of you may be familiar with that. It's just going to add a little bit of color to our mixture. So just a dab, probably. Oh yeah, that's looking really good. Because eating is also about seeing as well. If it's not appetizing, or if it doesn't look good to you, then most chances you're not going to eat it, and you definitely probably won't even try it. See how darker that got? I'm just going to add just a little bit more. And I'm going to, when I plate it, I'm going to eat some of it now. But then the part that I don't eat, I'm actually going to put it in a dehydrator just to let it dry out some of the moisture. And that'll kind of give us more of like a firmer texture. Plus it'll be, since some heat is being added to it, it'll kind of wilt down a little bit as well. All right. But because we're eating this right away, and you don't have to use the dehydrator, look at that. It's much better, right? So I like that. So we're going to let this marinate for a little bit. But again, I would let it sit for like 30 minutes. So while that's doing that, I got to add some fresh ginger. And we're going to grate it. This time I'm going to use like a box grater and just grate some fresh ginger in there. Oh, this is smelling so good. Oh, fresh ginger. Oh, against that soy sauce, that sesame oil, this ginger. Nice Asian flavors. So that was a pretty big piece of garlic. I'm just gonna beat that down in there. So that gave us a lot of garlic. Not garlic, I keep saying garlic. Ginger, ginger. So there's our ginger. We're going to stir that up and let it sit. Okay, now we're going to make our drizzle sauce, which is, let's see, what do I want to put it in? That's our dipping sauce, drizzle sauce. Ah, right here, the mother bowl. So that includes soy sauce and cider vinegar. Now typically what happened is we would dehydrate this, and because it would be more dried out, we'll put like another sauce on top of it, and that's what this is. It's like a drizzle that goes on top. Okay, and then next we have our agave nectar, which is our sweetener. We have some toasted sesame oil in here, and we're going to add in some onion powder and garlic powder. Onion powder and garlic powder. Technically, we could have mixed all of this in together. Which was, I'll go ahead and do probably. Because that's just the dipping sauce. Okay. Oh, this looks yummy. Yummy. I think I'm going to go ahead and mix it. Because it smells so good. We're not dehydrating it either, so. This is looking so delicious. I have to taste this. It definitely needs to marinate a little bit longer, but all the flavors are there. Definitely. It is crunchy, so I would highly recommend to dehydrate it just to soften it up a little bit and let the flavors meld together. So let's make our sauce, which is just mustard and the same ingredients we put in our marinade, which is soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, sesame oil, and the chili oil. And that chili oil is spicy, so we don't want to add too much of that. So this will just be like a nice dipping sauce. So we'll put the filling in the wrap, and then we'll dip the wrap in the sauce. Probably should use a whisk. So let me get this cleaned up. I'll come back and plate everything, whisk this up, and we will be ready to eat. Here we have our finished lettuce cups with our filling and our dipping sauce. So I'm going to try one of these. Oh, let me show you real quick. So here's our lettuce cups and this is our filling. See how beautiful that looks? It's got soy sauce, ginger, toasted sesame oil all in there. So let's go ahead and give this a try with the dipping sauce. This looks so yummy. There's so many flavors coming together all at once. Let me try not to talk with food in my mouth, but that's really good. You do get a little kick from the chili oil, so use a little bit of that. But it's nice against the freshness and the coolness of the lettuce. So it all works together. So that is our lettuce wrap. again with our minty lime juice. Now mint is good for a lot of things intestinally, especially for your digestive tract. But mint is also good and used externally, especially on the skin. It actually helps if you have oily skin. It helps with acne. It helps with blackheads. It also helps with sunburn. And it actually helps cleaning out the pores and fading scars and marks on your face and your skin as well. You can make a paste out of it. You can make a scrub out of it. You can even make a wash out of it. And so those are the many benefits of mint. And even if you have dark circles under your eyes, you can actually use cucumber and mint and make it as a paste and put it under your eyes for like 15 minutes and rinse with cool water. And you do that about 3 times a week and it'll actually help the under eye dark circles. All right, it is day 23, the next to the last day. Let's see what our word of encouragement is. Uh-oh. And it is nice. I encourage you to do something nice today. Again, we are in the season where people are being generous, and it's a season of giving. And so give of your time, give of your thoughts, give of your words, and do something nice for someone. Okay, until then, I'll see you next time.